Redistricting may sound like a local political issue, but when it happens in Texas, the whole country feels it. Texas isn't just another state. It's the second largest in population, it's rapidly growing, and it has a huge influence on Congress and the Electoral College. That's why the way Texas draws its political maps doesn't just affect Texans, it affects the balance of power across America. Every 10 years, after the U.S. Census, states redraw their congressional and state legislative districts. This process is supposed to make sure political representation matches population growth. But here's the catch. In most states, including Texas, the party in power controls the pen. And the pen is powerful. With it, lawmakers can redraw maps in ways that strengthen their own party's grip on power for the next decade. This is called gerrymandering. Texas is growing faster than almost any other state, especially in its urban centers and diverse communities. In fact, the last census showed that almost all of Texas's growth came from Black, Latino, and Asian American populations. That means the state gained additional seats in Congress. But here's the controversy. The new district maps don't always reflect the growth of those communities. Instead, critics argue that districts have been drawn in ways that dilute minority voting power and lock in control for one political party. Now, why should the rest of America care? Because Texas sends 38 representatives to Congress, that's the second most of any state. Every line that's drawn in Texas influences who sits in the House of Representatives and who has a say in passing national laws. It also affects presidential elections, since those same numbers decide Electoral College votes. If districts are drawn to favor one party, it doesn't just tilt Texas, it can shift the balance of power in Washington, D.C., for the entire nation. From healthcare to immigration to education funding, the policies that touch every American household are influenced by the way Texas draws its maps. This isn't just about politics, it's about democracy. The principle of one person, one vote, means every voice should carry equal weight. But when district lines are manipulated, some voices get amplified while others get muted. In Texas, that often means minority communities don't get representation proportional to their growth. And if it can happen in Texas, it sets a precedent for other states to follow. At the end of the day, redistricting in Texas isn't just a Texas story, it's an American story. It's a question of whether our democracy reflects the people as they are, or whether it's reshaped to protect power. Because when 30 million Texans are impacted, so is the rest of America. Redistricting may be drawn on a map, but its consequences are drawn into the lives of every American.